Travel back with me and be the faces of history. It's easy. Rhys, Manon, Gwyn, Sarah. Let's go.
They say it's really deep.
They say there's a monster in there.
Oh, don't be soft, Gwyn.
Oh, you never know. There might be a huge, slimy, horrible creature down there now, looking up at you with his little beady eye.
I think it'd have two, though.
What?
Huh?
I think it'd have two eyes. The enormous, slimy creature.
Gwyn, what are you talking about?
The monster in the lake. You said he was looking up at Sarah with his beady eye. I was just observing that the enormous, slimy creature would have two beady eyes, that's all.
Well, thank you, David Bellamy.
Oh.
Hey, where's Manon gone?
I sent her to the other side of the lake to see the view. Hey, shh, she's coming out. Hey, what about
The bus, later on in the bus, we can get inside. Nice hot dogs. Thank you for sending me all the way over there to look at the view, Gwyn. What are we going to do today, then?
Nothing. You know, nothing.
Nothing. No. Oh, well, I suppose we better get going, then.
Yeah.
Right, then. Right, then.
Come on.
They do you, you look like a gorilla, you belong in a zoo.
Thank you, Rhys. Oh, thanks. I thought you'd forgotten.
We're all part of the plan.
Here you are. Oh, what is it?
It's a monster from the lake back there.
A bit small, innit?
It's a present. What do you think it is?
Go on, open it. Right, then. Scent memories.
Memories like the curls of my mouth.
Do you like it? Yes, lovely.
Well, Sarah and I thought that if you put that under your pillow, and then every time the smell of Rhys's feet comes wafting up the stairs, you can stick a nose in that.
Oh, that was funny, Gwyn. Brilliant, that was.
And now, ta-da! For the next part of the surprise. What, there's more?
Oh, yes.
Slap of meal in a cafe.
And we are paying.
We're ready to start a hot dog.
Man, back. Sarah's just had 3 hot dogs, but that's not going to stop her, is it?
Right, last one there, pays.
Unless it's Manon.
Oh, hang on, wait for me. I can't afford to pay for us all.
Hey, be there. Be there now, we'll just put this upstairs.
To Manon. Happy birthday, Sarah, Rhys and Gwyn, Bethesda, 1989. Fair play.
What am I going to do with a bottle of scent?
If I was rich, I'd buy a bottle of scent. Yes, a bottle of scent, just like rich people have.
Dafydd bach, I said, what would I do with a bottle of scent?
I don't know, you'd smell nice.
Oh, and what's wrong with the way I smell now?
Nothing.
Well, that's very good. But I think there's a sea in scent, you know. I tell you what, we'll ask Hugh when he comes, is it? He's the brains of the family.
No, I'll rip it out now and put the sea in it anyway. You're always right.
You. Anyway, it's time you went to bed, young scholar. No star.
Owen and Hugh will come say good night, won't they?
I'll tell them.
No start, Mam.
No star cariad. Cysgan dawel. If only your father was alive now, he'd be so proud of you. So proud of all of you. All his sons.
Yes, he would.
Well, there's quiet you are. I didn't hear you coming.
Happy birthday, Mum.
Happy birthday, Mum.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, tea. Thank you, boys. Betty.
Happy birthday, Mum.
Well, any news from the relief committee?
No, nothing. Sorry, Mum.
People are giving us as much help as they can by now.
The committee have tried everything.
The choir are going out to sing. They're going to the north of England again. Well, you never know.
If you ask me, people have started to forget us.
When? Don't say that. Never say that. After Gwilidi. Saying that is like we've given up. And we're not going to give up. We'll never give up the strike. We're as strong now as we were on the very first day.
Shh, Hugh. David's in bed.
I'm sorry, Mum. It's just that people have given us so much. Everybody in Britain knows about the strike now. And it's all thanks to the choir and the committee. And it's not fair to them to say that people have forgotten us.
Oh, sorry, Hugh. I didn't mean it like that. It's Christmas and people need all the money they've got for themselves. That's all I meant.
All right, you two, that's enough. Anyway, David's waiting for you to go up and say good night.
I'm sorry, Mum. Come on, let's say good night.
Betty, Cariad, how are you?
All right. But I wouldn't mind 1 square meal a week.
No. Oh, well, let's just hope that it's all over before that baby comes.
Yes. We'll manage.
Oh, yes, you'll manage. Oh, I don't know, Betty. 2 years and 1 month we've suffered this. This is our 3rd Christmas on strike. I remember thinking when it all started, oh, God, please don't let it go on too long.
But you're still behind them.
Oh, of course I am. That card's still in the window, isn't it? There's no traitor in this house. And there isn't either. But, oh, for an end to this struggle.
Well, that's up to Lord Penrhyn.
Yes, that's what worries me. Hey, listen. If I was rich, I'd buy you a bottle of Saints.
What's that, Mum?
David.
Well, you tell him. I'd rather he was an honest man than a rich one any day. Come on, Betty, we'd better go. Gustav, Mum. Hello, Juan.
Let's go.
Tea, Mum.
There's no milk, Cariad. Oh, and back. How on earth did we get ourselves into this mess?
In the days before these troubles, life was yet a patient struggle. But our men were proud and clever, skilled as workmen, sweating ever, rockmen, splitters, pressers able, bringing bread and meat to table.
When I grow up, I'll be a rockman. Splitters is better. Or perhaps I'll go to sea on a slate gonna be a famous captain. Rubbish, you a famous captain? Hi, mate. Those hundreds of gunners in Poor Penrhyn Sunday. 100? Well, 3, but there's loads of them in and out. Yeah, perhaps I'll go to sea, see the world. Huh.
band laughing, singing, men as brothers losing, winning. Dangers near in light and dark, from blasts or falls or flying spark. Look back, boys, and count the cost of all the brave souls we have lost. Then those breezes blowing slowly past our cottage, poor but homely, carry not the sound of blasting, whisper not of dangers passing, swell not fears in hearts that worry, hearts all wedded to the quarry.
Well, that's what you get for marrying a quarryman, Betty.
Oh, I don't know. I've rinsed these things out twice, and every time I squeeze the water out, it's still thick with slate dust.
Well, we'll put the jackets on the fire to boil it out to them.
Oh, I suppose I'll get used to it.
Oh, I don't know, Betty. Washing a quarryman's clothes is something you'll never get used to. Oh, don't worry. It wasn't an accident. You're only blasting. You listen to every noise every day, you know. Worrying. That's something else you won't get used to, Betty Bach. Sit down.
The master once was fairly fair, as masters go, and well aware of how his workers wanted rights, and at the end of one long fight for further trouble to avoid, he signed a contract, Tennant Lloyd. But then the old lord passed away, and came his son to rule the day, and in his castle over there sits Penrhyn now without a care. Oh, dark the day that made us tenants to the likes of G.D. Pennant.
Beware that you do not offend George, for if you do, he will never forgive. He can never forgive.
A troublemaker at work, is he? To Jeremiah Thomas, High Street, Bethesda. I have to inform you that you are hereby suspended as and from the end of this quarry month. I must also warn you that I have other tenants interested in your house, which, of course, is on my land.
His power and wealth are very great. He doesn't only own the slate, he owns the land, the towns, and then he also wants to own the men. His tyrant ways we could not like, and so our men began their strife.
It's not right that he can suspend men just when he pleases. Hey, keep your voice down, you'll wake, man. We're marching to Bangor. All of us. That tyrant is putting our brothers on trial. And why? For sticking up for our rights. We're all going.
Yeah, and what'll happen when the court in Bangor see nearly 3,000 quarrymen outside the courtroom?
Well, they'll have to think hard about the trial. And they'll have to think even harder about the union.
They've what?
Suspend them. Suspend the lot of them.
2 weeks, Owen. 2 weeks. And if the trouble isn't over by then, Lord Penrhyn will live to regret it.
No. I'll only let the loyal ones back in.
$800 men, 800 brothers have been refused to return to work. 800? And what are we going to do about it?
Come on! Slate!
So they've walked out, have they? All of them. Well, they can stay out.
Beware that you do not offend George, for if you do, he will never forgive. He will never forgive.
Now, have you got everything?
Yes, ma'am. What little there is.
Oh, I don't know. Now, Owen, you will see that David gets to Porthmadog all right, won't you? Why you have to go to sea from Porthmadog, I don't know. Why can't you go from here?
There's no ships here, ma'am. There's no slates for them. We're on strike, or hadn't you noticed?
Now, don't be cheeky, young man.
Hey, ordinary seaman, ma'am. Seaman David Richard Jones.
I've never seen anybody so keen to leave home, ma'am.
Oh, don't be daft, Owen. It's just exciting, that's all.
Oh, David, back to the Mac. Oh, you, Owen. Off to be a coal miner in South Wales, so I hope they feed you properly.
I'll be all right. They're good people down there.
I told you, didn't I, Betty? I told you there'd be a fuss.
Oh, I'm not making a fuss. Oh, all right then, yes, I am. Oh, go, will you, the pair of you? Just go, before I start really fussing. Oh.
Don't hold him too tight, Betty. These sailors are very delicate.
Who?
Come on, I'll walk down with you.
Will, ma'am.
Will, ma'am.
Well, that's that then.
So many sons left all alone to make a living far from home. Here's one young without a bride who'll sail the oceans far and wide, and by his side there walks another, turning back to see his mother.
Take care, boys. Hey. Go on.
Oh, Bethesda, desolate and sad, no work, no money to be had. Through sacrifices great and small, the men refused to work at all, and any who returned to Slate are met with bitter scorn and hate.
The rabble won't last long. The men that have returned to work did so because they needed the money. It was their choice. I only tempted them with a gold sovereign. "700 men back at work. 2,000 still on strike. It won't be long now. I've heard that a lot of the men have moved out of the area to look for work. Good. I'll be glad to see the back of them. They won't get any work from me again. Not even if they come back on their bended knees. And they will come back on their knees. I hear they're starving in Bethesda.
We've got to keep going, Mum.
There doesn't seem to be much point anymore,
Mum,
I read this letter over and over again. Every day. I almost know every word of it now. Dear Mrs. Jones, I deeply regret that I have to inform you of the death of your son, ordinary seaman David Richard Jones. It was on our return, 3 days away from Cork Harbour, at 4:30 in the morning, that David fell from the port side of the fore rigging while going up aloft. He fell into the sea and was drowned. The sea was running very high, and although we threw ropes and a lifebuoy for him, it was too dark for the boy to see them and catch hold of them. I will, of course, forward the balance of David's wages. £1 and 1 shilling. And his possession. Jersey, trousers, but blankets, sailor's bag, and muffler.
Cigars?
Present for you, I suppose.
And what's this?
Sent you. It's a bottle of scent.
The Bethesda Troubles. A majority of 31 in Bethesda in favor of ending the dispute. It has therefore been decided that the battle is officially over. Saturday night, November the 14th, 1903. 3 years. And after 3 years, what do? Come crawling back on their hands and knees. Just as I said they would. Checkmate, I think. Checkmate. Checkmate.
Come on, Manon, we're waiting for you. We're buying you lunch, remember? Happy birthday and all that. Come on. I'm really hungry.